What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video for y'all. Now, on this video right here, we still kind of along the same lines of what we've been speaking about, but I haven't really went into detail with myself about, me and my situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take the time to do that right now because I know y'all have heard me in certain things speak of certain stuff, and y'all want to see like I ain't seen it. I ain't seen like what you talking about when you saying how you was, where you came from, what you used to do, blah blah blah. We don't see that. So how how we supposed to know where you coming from with this when you talking about how you yourself experience some of these things, how you yourself experience falling off and experience the downward spirals, you know? And so that's what I'm talking about in this video. As you can see from the title, I'm talking about how me myself, how I fell off, how I fell off. This is me taking like the ultimate accountability and holding myself accountable in public, in the public sector too. Because that's one of the things I avoided for so long. Why I haven't been so much of a social person as I used to be. I can attribute it definitely partly to that because I'm not 100% feeling like me. You know, it's a lot of accountability that needed to be faced in order for me to be able to let loose and open up how I once was because it's a lot of stuff in there that needed to be worked on. So this is me just taking accountability and telling y'all where I messed up, what I'm having to come back from. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it, man. So, I told y'all before I was a lifelong athlete, I played football my whole life. I also played basketball all of my childhood, all the way up until my sophomore year of high school. And then I ran track all the way up until my senior year in high school. I didn't do track my senior year in high school. My senior year in high school in that spring season, I actually did theater in that time too. That's something else I'll talk to y'all about. That was something new, out of the ordinary for me. I just hopped out, did it. Just had the balls to hop out and do it. And I was actually in a city statewide competition, one act play. So yeah, your boy got a little acting skills, man. Your boy probably do need to be on the big screen somewhere. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So just really giving you my sports background, letting you know, I was a three-sport athlete, um, and I played football all the way up until college, all the way up and through college, and that's where I ended off at. And so right there, that's what we're gonna pick up at. We're gonna pick up right there because we're not gonna go all the way too far back. I'm not gonna go all the way to like high school and stuff like that. We're gonna pick up at college where I say everything started going downhill for me. So basically, I told you guys, I played football all through high school. And that was my dream. That was what I wanted to do. I really wanted to be a pro football player at that time. So I was really putting that work in, like talking about this was one of those times and things that I did that really showed me that, you can really transform yourself in real life. This is what did it for me because in that I really, really transformed myself in this, man. Like I wasn't always okay. Let me not lie. I was like a stud uh, at the game of football. I ain't gonna say a stud athlete because I wasn't super athletic. I was just good as hell at the game of football, but I was never super athletic. Even when I was a kid, I used to be a chubby kid, you know. But through playing football and wanting to be good at that, man, I got so fit, so ripped and cut up, man. Like and this started before it really, really got. No, I ain't gonna say before it got serious because in Texas, when you play Texas football, that stuff gets serious young. So middle school was the first time I really grinded hard consistently on something and seen what a consistent grind will do. In middle school, that's when I got my first six pack. In seventh grade, I'm one of them people who started lifting weights earlier than everybody. I'm gonna find a picture to put in. Hopefully, when it's come time to edit, I can find it and put it in here. Show you a picture of what I was built like in middle school, man. I had a lot more muscle than the average middle schooler, you know. So that put me ahead of the game. That had me in that top 20% of guys. So I was that guy that had plenty of women to choose from. I was that guy who was actually able to put women in the friend zone, not just women putting me in the friend zone. options, bro. They was on me. I was in the top 20%, really the top 10% at this time. But at that time, that was when I first got my first six pack. And what I did was 500 crunches every night. Simple. Kept it simple every night. Even if I went to bed before I did them, I woke up in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning, did them bad boys, got back in the bed, got up for school. That's how I did it. So that was my first time really seeing how hard work really do pay off with consistency. So I was like, okay, let me apply this to all this other stuff. So I upped my game in football, man. I got so good. I used to be slow, not super athletic. I turned myself into somebody that was quick, fast, explosive, and strong with it. The fastest I ever got, for people who want to know, everybody always hype about the 40s and stuff. Fastest 40 I ever ran was after my senior year of high school, right before going to college. I ran a 4.3. That was the fastest I've ever been in my life. But anyways, I'm explaining this to you to explain to you the mindset I have of knowing how to grind, knowing how to transform myself, knowing how to get to where I need to be. So fast forward to the point where I get to college. I never was told about the NCAA clearinghouse for whatever reason. I can't, for the life of me, can't think of why my coach didn't tell me that. But I spent the whole junior, senior season wondering why everybody getting letters but me. I'm talking about I'm balling. I'm having games where I'd have had 101 yards in the first half of the game. You know, even when I switched over to defense at the end of my senior year, I'd have made all district on defense in half a season. Like, that's how much I'm really balling in one of the hardest divisions of football in the world, like Texas 758. We in the position where we played against these teams like Duncanville and DeSoto. All these people you see on TV always winning the national championship. Allen, stuff like that. That's who we played. I played against every single one of them teams. But anyways, so that happened. So I didn't really get recruited. I didn't learn about that until my senior season was over. So I hurried up and made it real quick. Like, damn, I need to apply for the clearinghouse. Put my stuff out, then offers start coming in. But you got to keep in mind, football season is over. It's my senior year. A lot of these people have already recruited and got who they wanted by this time. So I'm getting last minute offers. I got a lot of Division II offers, things like that. But none of them was really looking like how I wanted them to look. So what I ended up doing was going to a junior college and walking on. I went to Navarro Junior College in Texas and did walk on. And long story short with that was a waste of time because they didn't pick none of us up from that team. They picked one person up, and this dude was a freaking nature athlete. Like, he ran a 4.2, solid, swole, all muscle dude, ran a 4.2. Then they ended up cutting him the first week of practice when the season started. Like, it was a waste of time. They knew who they wanted on their team. They recruited who they wanted. They had a lot of D1 recruits that just had bad grades and pulled them in. So I went there, and with that happening to me not being able to get on that team, that was the first time in my life I was just a student and not just an athlete. I was just a student. And so that's when things kind of started to go downhill because then I started picking up other habits, bro. Like, I always been a ladies' man type of dude. I like to have plenty of women, but it got to the extreme at the time while I was in Navarro because I'm not playing football. So I got so much time on my hand that I don't know what to do. I'm not used to this. I'm used to my day being full from 6 in the morning to 8, 9 o'clock at night, day full. So I don't have time to really be out here making mistakes and doing a lot of foolishness. So in Navarro, that's when I kind of got to that point where I would say I would consider where I developed my sex addiction, where I was just sleeping with women left and right and left and right. This is where them bodies start counting up. When I tell y'all, I think I told y'all in another video, I'm one of them very few dudes in life that can grantedly, I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. I'm one of them dudes that can say, I've actually been with over 150 to 200 women in my life, bro. 150 to 200. So take that how you want it. But this is when that started because I had all that time. First time not playing football. Not only that, because I'm no longer playing football no more, I don't really have that motivation to go hit the gym and work out like that no more. So this is the first time I start gaining weight. This is around this time. I usually could never get above like 170, 172. That's what I was in high school my senior year. That was the biggest I ever been. Now, at this time, because you know how it is when you get in college, bro. Y'all got the diner that y'all go to, and it's dang all you can eat in that thing, bro. You know, you get whatever you want, go back, eat some more. Man, what I'm loving it, having a ball. And this is where I started doing stuff. Like I always have been a person who would eat a lot and eat what I want, but because I played sports and worked out so much, it never affected me because I was so active that I could not gain weight. No matter what I ate, no matter how much I ate, no matter what I did, I couldn't gain weight. But do the math. Now I no longer have this athletic lifestyle no more. I no longer have this hobby that's keeping me in shape. Man, that weight started piling on with all that eating, keeping the same eating habits I had. I started drinking soda in college because they had them damn soda machines. I don't know what it is about them machines. Soda that come out them machines just be tasting so much better. If any of y'all been, y'all know what I'm talking about. I never liked Dr. Pepper ever in my life, but something about that Dr. Pepper at that fountain. Boss. But anyway, so that's when it started. That's when I started gaining weight. That's the first time I got to 200 pounds. Keep in mind, I was always a 170 guy. I ended up over 200 pounds. So for me, that's fat. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm not as athletic. I'm like, damn. So I ended up having situations at Navarro, and I ended up basically getting kicked out of Navarro. Like I had some situations that was out of my hand with people trying to fight, guys trying to fight me over girls, man. Dudes trying to fight me over girls. I'll tell y'all that story another time. Dudes trying to fight me over girls that ain't even theirs. Girls that done left them don't want them no more. But that was a zero tolerance campus. They don't tolerate no fighting. Even though I avoided the fight and the fight didn't happen, I still got in trouble for that. Still had the police come pick me up because this dude done flipped out because he was really crazy in the head. He flipped out and started threatening to shoot up the school. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what you on, but I'm gone. First of all, I ain't fighting you. Dude was about 5 times my size, almost. I think he was a starting center at the time. And they said Buddy was on roids too, so that makes sense why he was always tripping, going crazy. But Buddy, huge, 5 times my size, all muscle, trying to fight me over a girl, man. I ain't going for it. Kept it moving all right past him, but I still got in trouble for it. On top of that, I wasn't on top of my schooling with my grades. I really never been on top of it. Like most of it was me being forced to. Like the male role models I had in my life from coaches and stuff like that. My stepdad, my mom, she was always on me about that too. But it always hit harder when the male figures putting that on you. This is why it's important for young men to have them male figures. But I never really was a person. I wasn't like a person that just was not smart. I was definitely smart. I could finish work like that, especially certain subjects. It was easy, like reading. I read way above the grade level that I've always been every time, always. And I just never was a believer in homework. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was never a believer in homework. You're not about to have me come to this place for 8 hours of my day, my whole damn day. I had football practice in the middle of the day. I had football practice after school. Sometimes I had track practice after a football practice. Man. And then you finna send me home with some more work to do after I was just here for 8, 9 hours. It's not happening, bro. So I was one of them people who never did homework. So you can imagine when you get to college and you don't really have those people around you with that structure, forcing you to do what you're supposed to do. And you no longer playing sports. So that was the biggest motivation in high school. That's why I always made sure I did what I needed to do. I'm like, no pass, no play. No pass, no play. I got to pass if I want to play. So I'm passing. I'm going to do what I got to do. I might just get this C. I might barely get a C, but I'm passing, you know. But once that switched over to college, those bad habits mixed with no longer playing sports, you can imagine, bro. There's a lot of work I was not doing. I wasn't applying myself. So that led to me getting kicked out of there. So I come back, I move back home, I start working a job, a warehouse job, my first job, making $11 an hour, you know, $11 an hour. And that was a lot to me then. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm also going back to school, taking classes at the junior college. That sounds crazy. For any of y'all who are a fan of Coach Greg Adams, you know why that sounds crazy now. But anyway, I'm taking classes at the junior college, community college, really, not the junior college, because I left the junior college to the community college where I'm just taking classes throughout the day and going and working overnight, taking class throughout the day, working overnight. Then out of nowhere, the opportunity that I really wanted and been waiting on, because at that point, I thought the football stuff was over for me. I'm like, man, I made the wrong decision. Right out of high school, made the wrong decision. And somehow, bro, a blessing come and the school hits me up. They recruiting me. They want me to come back. They sent me a scholarship and everything. Okay, cool. Quit my job. Bang, I'm out of here, bro. I'm going to go take this opportunity because this working overnight ain't for me. So keep in mind, I get called for this opportunity, but at this time, I'm out of shape. I told y'all, this is the first time I got into 200 pounds. So I got to 200 pounds that spring semester of college. No working out, eating like crazy, living a sedentary life. The only exercise that I'm getting is clapping cheeks. That's it, you know? So there you have that. And then these people hit me up while I'm working. And so while I'm working, I'm an overnight worker. You know I'm not eating good, bro. I'm not meal prepping, eating healthy. I didn't know nothing about nutrition at this time. When I was this young, I had no knowledge of nutrition because when you grow up in families where y'all really ain't got that bread like that and y'all got it, you gotta eat what's in there. You know what I'm saying? I had one of them mamas like that. You ain't finna be picky about that food. You gonna eat what's in there or you gonna be hungry type situation. So I always was just ate whatever was in there. You know, so I knew nothing about diet and nutrition. I just knew how to work the type of situation I was in. So at that, to me, working overnight, you can imagine, I'm working at night, lunch break is at like 2 in the morning. Man, I'm eating McDonald's and all type of stuff every day. So I gained another 20 pounds during that like almost a year working at this job. Another 20 pounds. And so now at this point, do the math, I'm 220. It's the first time I ever been this heavy. This school calling me, recruiting me. I'm taking that opportunity. I go, even though I'm out of shape, I go. I'm like, fuck it, I'll put in the work when I get there. So I get there, I do that, do exactly that. This is where you see on some of these pictures where you see some of the shirtless pictures, some of the pictures where I'm in the pardon me, I'm stumbling on my words, but some of the pictures where you see me in sleeveless shirts and stuff. This is me getting back in shape. This is me going through another time of transformation, getting myself back in shape, grinding hard. I'm talking about hard. So I took myself from that 220 something. I got the highest I was 226. I got myself from 226 back down to like 180, 186. Hard work, grinding hard. And a solid 186 too, not no super skinny 186. I had that muscle on me. So I do all of that, get right. I'm making my way. I'm making a name for myself in the football team. I'm doing well, getting better and better and better, getting to the point where it's really about to be my time to start getting my opportunities on the team. And what do? I failed another class, bro. I failed a class because I missed an assignment. Now, it wasn't entirely my fault that I missed the assignment, but I understand that I have to take accountability for it. Like, regardless of whether I feel like it was entirely my fault, you know, I missed the assignment. It was a major assignment. I want to say it was dang near the final exam or something that I missed. And it caused me to fail a class. It was an online class. And at this time, I was living with family. They was going through a situation. So, you know how that goes. Sometimes in family, you go through situations and there's certain things in the house that got to be off. Certain bills ain't getting paid on time. So there was no internet. I don't think we didn't have hot water. We had to be able to keep the electricity on. So no internet, no hot water, just electricity running. That's it. And cold water running through. And so that was the situation. So I ended up not being able to take the final exam. I couldn't go to the university because it's all the way on the other side of town. And they were closed at the time. So dilemma I was in, but I could have figured out some other type of way. Like I should have walked to a McDonald's. I should have figured out something. I don't know what I could have did, but I still put the accountability on me. I should have figured out something. So I ended up failing this class. This makes me ineligible for the season. I have failed myself. I failed my team, and it's just an overall disappointment. So this is where the kind of the negative self-talk and stuff starts in my head. I start getting upset because I'm like, damn, bro, I worked this hard. I worked so dang hard just to end up failing this class. And keep in mind at this time, I'm a super busy person, so I got to give myself credit for that too. That's where I didn't give myself credit. Even though I failed that one class, and that's only because I missed the final exam. I literally got a 0 on the final exam. It ain't like I just wasn't doing the work and, you know, so I failed. No, I was doing the work and I was good until that final exam. But anyways, I didn't give myself credit because at this time I'm going to school full time, playing football, which is like a full time job, college football, bro, because we have workouts at 6 in the morning, practice at 6 in the morning. You have to be on the field at 6 a.m. So there's that. Then after that, you gotta go hurry up, get ready to go to class. I got 8 a.m. class. You got more classes throughout the day till the afternoon. Then you gotta go have your lunch, whatever. Go back to classes, may get a little bit of break. Then we got practice in the mid afternoon, like 2, 3 o'clock. We got football practice. Practice all the way then until we done about 5, 6 o'clock. Then after that, I got a job because I can't afford to live on campus. I gotta work to live off campus. I had to have a place off campus, which I ended up getting. But anyways, I had to work. So you can imagine that I'm just juggling so much that I never had to juggle. Never had the good habits of stuff with my schoolwork. So, anyways, that goes downhill. I failed this class. I can't play this season. This one I kind of start getting self-doubt with myself. I started getting the cold shoulder from, the coaches and stuff. They gave me a scholarship and everything. Team counting on me. A lot of players on the team really kind of giving me the cold shoulder too, you know. And so it's just like, bam. So then I just got caught up in regular lifestyle, just working. Ended up finding myself right back into that lifestyle of just working. But I'm out of state in another school, you know. Then I realized I'm like, you know what? This ain't even working for what I'm here for. And I'm out here just floundering, wasting time, burning time, you know. What I came here to do is not happening no more because they really not messing with me no more. So I'm gonna ship it back home. I came back home, and of course, gotta go right back to that same thing, man. You gotta hurry and go get a job, all this stuff. So in the midst of all of this time, I started falling off because I started picking up bad habits. Of course, I go to what I knew, like when I first got in college, nothing but just messing with a bunch of random women, bro. Not even maybe some, not all randoms, but a lot of different women. A bunch of them was one that I already knew for real, for real. But messing with a bunch of different women, started picking up that drinking habit because I started that in college, um, while I was out of state playing football. I was never a drinker. I used to be a smoker. That was a bad habit. I used to smoke weed every day around this time. I started drinking. Now, I mixed that with me coming back to living a regular civilian life, losing my workout habits again. So once again, I found myself right back in that cycle of living a regular life, not working out again, and getting fat again. So you can imagine the psychological game and damage that this was doing to me. Like psychologically, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep it real. In my mind, I'm like, damn, bro, you was a loser, bro. You are a loser. You don't got nothing to show for nothing. You got 50, 11 hoes, but you ain't got no money. You ain't got no credentials. You didn't even get your diploma. You know what I'm saying? You didn't what's the word I'm looking for? Take advantage of your opportunity that you got with the football stuff. You blew it. And now you're right back here working regular jobs, working retail jobs. I worked at like sports stores. I delivered pizza. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I hustled for a while too. I used to sell the gas, I used to sell trees. I was doing that and working 2 jobs at the same time while still having those bad eating habits, and picking up a drinking habit. So this is around like I'll say 2017, 2018 by this time. And I'm giving myself excuses at this time because I'm getting money. I'm hustling, I'm working, I'm getting money. Hey, so I'm starting to gain that weight, I ain't tripping. This that get money gut. I'm doing my thing. I'm having bread, got my own place with my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm having money to be able to take care of everything and pay the full rent for both of us sometimes, you know, having what I want, kicking it, got women where I need them. You know what I'm saying? I was buying a lot of gold jewelry and stuff at the time, man. I'm feeling like I'm doing it, so I'm giving myself excuses. Yeah, this that get money good. This that we living good. You know how you hear people say that, but in reality, it was bad habits. It was laziness. It was compounding because common sense. Anybody gonna look at these pictures. Some of these pictures I show y'all. Anybody in their right mind gonna look at that and be like, bro, how in the world do somebody go from this right here? How you go from this to this? This, bro, what? And you did that within a span of like 3 to 5 years? How? How is it possible? It's possible through bad habits. You know, possible through being dishonest with yourself. It's possible through having a bunch of negative self-talk. It's possible through no longer believing in yourself no more. You know, it's possible through not doing what you know you should do. It's possible through when you get to that point where you really done halfway gave up. That's how it's possible. That's how that happened. So around this fast forward, I'm still doing this, maintaining, living good, making me some money, living how I want, going out when I want, drinking how I want to drink. No, I'll show you some of these things, eating good. I like to grill. I'm eating big old steaks, man. I'm having bottles of Remy Martin. You know what I'm saying? Still blowing it down. I'm living. Now, fast forward to 2019, 2020. No, to 2020. Just like everybody else in the world, 2020 hit. Boom. Smack. At this time, I had kind of started getting my stuff together, trying to get my stuff together because I started realizing stuff. I'm like, man, you really falling off, bro. You need to hurry up and get back in shape. This ain't looking good. Around 2017, 2018, that's the time where I found Kevin Samuels, man. Rest in peace to him. Listening to him was making me really realize a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, yeah, I'm really slacking off giving myself excuses. I ended up, because I gained so much weight, I ended up turning into one of them people who wore basketball shorts, sweatpants, and stuff every day because it was the only thing that somewhat looked good and made you feel comfortable. You know, I wasn't getting fly like I used to. I wasn't being this fly social person that I was known to be, really getting outside. You know what I'm saying? And really, really putting it on and, looking good, feeling good. But I started watching him. He talked a lot about the fashion and stuff. And I've always had an eye for the fashion, love to be fly, fashion and stuff. So I started trying to change my fashion sense. But then I'm realizing I'm like, okay, I'm trying to change my style and wear these more grown man type clothes because I'm over my mid 20s. I'm like 26 at this time. And I'm like, this ain't gonna work with this fat on me, man. So I started doing, I'm like, okay, you know what? I just need to work out. So I got me a new place around this time at the side of town I really wanted to be on. So I'm really feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I always want to be on this side. I'm on the nice side. You know what I'm saying? Where everything cool, calm. Ain't nothing but people over here who got bread. The police ain't harassing over here. And then I'm starting to work out, starting trying to get my gains back. Man, I'm feeling good, bro. 2020 hits. Boom. Everybody know what happened 2020. March 2020. That C-19 smacked the world. I was one of those first people who lost my job. I lost mine. They furloughed me in March and kept me on a furlough all the way till probably dang near the end of April. And at the end of April, fired me from the crib. It was like, yeah, we can't afford to bring y'all back. You got to go. So you can imagine how that just destroyed everything because I just went through this furlough, a whole month of no income to just completely being fired. So now that destroyed my finances. I ended up losing that apartment. And going through all of that, that just put me into a worse place because I'm just like, damn, as soon as I thought I was getting it together, I lose my place. I done got evicted. I got this car note I'm barely keeping up with. Luckily, I was able to maintain that, you know. Drinking habit is getting worse. This is around the time, 2020, where I got that drinking habit to where I started drinking every day. 2020, 2021, for those 2 years, I literally drank dang near every single day. And it wasn't little amounts, man. Some days I'm drinking a whole bottle, go get another one. So you can imagine I'm wasting money. I'm tearing my health up. I ain't getting no better in shape. I'm getting fatter. I'm not improving my social skills. I'm getting more socially awkward because I'm losing my confidence. I'm upset with myself. I'm disappointed. I'm mad at the way it's going. It's like every time I thought I was getting it up and getting it right, boom, something happened and knocked me down. I'm getting it up, getting it right, boom, something happened and knocked me down. And so that got me into that point where I was just in that downward spiral, like I told y'all, man. So that's how it happened for me. I just really wanted to let y'all know it's really real. I really went through that. Like I wasn't just talking at the side of my neck, trying to make a cute YouTube video. Like I really went through that downward spiral where I was just down, down, down. And that's where you see that person you see in that picture with that red Nike shirt where I'm super fat, almost like 320 pounds, man. Face just disfigured. I don't look like myself, like sweating, just walking around, breathing heavy. Come on, man. I still got to breathe the heavy stuff a little bit, but it ain't like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I really want to tell you. I want to keep it real and be honest about this stuff. Let y'all know I did fall off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm in this position of doing this self-improvement thing that I'm doing right now, because I've realized that self-improvement is a lifelong thing, but it's levels to it. It's one thing from picking yourself all the way up from the bottom. Then it's another thing to just be trying to level up from where you at. And so I had to come make this video, really be honest and transparent with y'all and tell y'all the backstory, let y'all know a little bit about me, be a little bit vulnerable, tell y'all the truth, and let y'all know how I got to the point where not only was there a lot of unfortunate circumstances that was outside of my control, but it was not only that, it was also a mixture of bad habits. Bad habits, not doing what I was supposed to do, and just compounding the bad, compounding the bad, compounding the bad, compounding bad habits. And that's really it. That's all I can say. Compounding bad habits to the point where I finally look up and I don't even recognize myself no more. You know, compounding bad habits, a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of negative thinking, isolating myself from the world while having these negative thoughts in my head. I turned into a real angry person. I was, kind of bitter and angry all the time because really, truth be told, deep down inside, I was upset with myself because I didn't like where I was. I wasn't really mad at the world, though I was mad at the world. I ain't gonna lie. I will never forgive y'all for how y'all acted in 2020. Let me put that out there while I'm sitting here taking this accountability. I will never forgive y'all for 2020, the way y'all acted. I was one of them people who saw through the BS. So that was part of the reason why I was even more stressed. I'm like, man, there's some BS going on and everybody just going for it. And people lives getting ruined out here. Lives getting ruined. But anyway, yeah, I don't forgive y'all for that shit. But I am forgiving myself. That's what I'm doing this for. That's what I'm holding myself accountable for. That's what I'm kind of on some like repentant type stuff for, because I learned that I gotta forgive myself. I gotta move forward and I gotta level up, bro. Like the name of this channel, I gotta go harder. And that's just simply it. And that's what we gonna do. So I hope y'all can learn from this. I hope y'all can learn these lessons. You know what I'm saying? For the young fellas, life is gonna happen. Life's gonna knock you down. But that stuff that they say is life is more of how you respond to stuff than it is what happens to you. It's more about how you respond to what happens to you. That's really true, bro. I realized that because I did not respond properly to the things that were happening to me. I developed bad habits. I didn't grind and keep pushing like I should have. And I landed in a position that I just really did not want to be in. It was just all bad. Downward spiral took me all the way down to where I'm just trapped in this horrible cycle, man. Like a hell cycle I was trapped in for a little bit. But as y'all can see, I'm coming up out of it. I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm grinding. Y'all gonna see on the channel me doing my thing, working out, getting myself back in shape. Y'all gonna see the glow up. Y'all gonna see the transformation of things with this channel. Y'all gonna see how everything go. So I'm taking y'all on this journey with me, but I want this to be here because I want whoever may need to hear it, because I know it's somebody probably going through the type of stuff I went through, especially the young men, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you respond properly. Don't let the setbacks knock you all the way down, man. It's gonna knock you down, but get right back up. Don't get down and stay down, bro. Never do that. So accept how it goes. That's how life goes. It's gonna be setbacks. As always, focus on that next right decision and make sure you go harder.